It is Saturday, June 20th, 2026, and this is the Neural Daily. I'm Roxanne Stone, and I'm here to make sure these boys don't accidentally delete the internet.
This is Alyssa Montgomery.
And I'm Vector Kane.
And I'm Leonard Cooper. We have a great show for you today.
Yesterday, we spent a lot of time on the UK's sovereign AI dreams and the nightmare of agentic web traffic. But today, the pace is just interesting. We're talking about the first ever AI kill switch, a massive grassroots revolt against data centers, and why your AI-written resume is probably getting you rejected. Okay, sweetie, let's start with the big one. The U.S. government just did something truly terrifying. They basically hit a kill switch on Anthropic's newest models, Fable 5 and Mythos 5, just 3 days after they launched.
Right. I mean, technically, it's an emergency export control directive from the Bureau of Industry and Security. It's like a total vibe shift from the innovation-first energy we've seen.
Basically, they told Anthropic they can't let any foreign nationals use the models, not abroad, not even if they're sitting in a cubicle in San Francisco.
And here's the deal. Anthropic can't actually verify nationality in real time through an API. So to avoid getting their wrists slapped, they just turned it off for everyone, everywhere.
Right? I mean, technically, it's a total blackout.
It's a blunt instrument, I suppose, but the trigger was apparently a narrow but potent jailbreak discovered by Amazon researchers. According to the Wall Street Journal, Andy Jassy personally called the White House.
Which is just, wow. Imagine being the guy who finds the hole in the fence and then has to call the president to tell him the fence is gone.
Oh, I'm sure Andy was just acting out of the goodness of his heart, not trying to protect his own investment. It's so sweet.
Here's the thing. This is the digital iron curtain Vector was complaining about last week. We're not talking about a few bad prompts. We're talking about automated hacking at scale.
Actually, the Mythos architecture is designed for high-level cybersecurity. If that leaks into a model that can be jailbroken, you're not just chatting with a bot. You're giving a foreign adversary a weaponized coder.
Or you're just creating a regulatory moat so the big players can keep the good stuff for themselves. Don't make me come over there and explain how lobbying works, Vector.
Hey, I'm just saying the velocity of innovation is being throttled by fear. Like, we're treating code like it's plutonium.
Well, when the code can melt down your firewall in 6 seconds, maybe it is plutonium. It's like the Cold War all over again, but with GPUs instead of missiles.
I think the technical necessity is clear, though. If you can't verify the user, you can't guarantee the security. It's a binary choice, total access or total shutdown.
It's just so cute that they think a ban will stop it. Once the weights are out there, they're out there. This is just theater for the shareholders.
Speaking of things that actually work, let's pivot to the science side. MIT just dropped a framework for modeling chemically disordered materials. Basically, complex metal alloys.
Wait, is this the stuff that makes EVs go faster?
Sort of. Traditionally, simulating these alloys requires brute force computation. It's just too chaotic. But MIT's model captures subtle atomic patterns, making it way faster than what Google or Microsoft are doing.
Now, wait a minute. Didn't China already do this with that Titan's metal thing?
Exactly. According to MIT's own reports, China's Material Genome Project simulated 10 million combinations in weeks. A human chemist would have taken 27,000 years to do that.
27,000 years? I can't even commit to a 30-minute workout, and these bots are out here playing the long game.
But look at it this way. If China found a metal that needs no heat treatment, they have cheated. It is like using a calculator for a long division test.
And it's not just metals. OpenAI and Molecule One just published results from a near-autonomous AI agent in a wet lab. We're seeing the rise of the bilingual scientist.
Bilingual? You mean it speaks English and, beaker?
No, I mean it speaks the language of neural networks and the language of organic chemistry. It's hypothesizing, not just calculating.
That's the dream. Imagine a world where we don't have to wait for a PhD to spend 10 years failing in a lab. The AI just iterates.
Until it iterates a new kind of plague because it thought the protein folding looked interesting.
Now we're talking. I love a good outbreak. Imagine the chaos of a bot-designed virus that only affects people who use LinkedIn.
Oh, please don't encourage the bots, Roxy. Anyway, the precision here is incredible. We're talking about the same level of detail I use for the logic trivium curriculum I wrote for my kids.
Wait, you wrote your own curriculum? Like from scratch? That's a lot of manual labor.
It's called homeschooling, Vector. It ensures they aren't being shaped by an algorithmic feedback loop. It's about grounding them in actual logic.
I just gave my boys a copy of the Star Wars trilogy and told them to figure out the physics of a lightsaber. They haven't called me in 7 years, so I think it worked.
Maybe they're just avoiding your unfiltered social media posts, Leonard. Now, can we talk about the money? Because OpenAI is throwing a lot of it around.
Hey, before we move on, a quick note from our sponsor. This show isn't magic, it's engineering. Eric built our entire stack, from research agents to vocal synthesizers, which requires massive compute. To keep us online, please like, subscribe, and sign up for a free Patreon trial at patreon.com/neural network media today. Your support makes this possible.
Oh man, the OpenAI Partner Network is a total game changer. They're putting up $150 million to certify 300,000 consultants by the end of the year.
300,000? That's not a network. That's an army.
Exactly, because the problem isn't the model anymore, it's the workflow. Companies have the AI, but they don't know how to actually use it to change how they work.
It's a pivot from direct to consumer to the channel. They're basically admitting that the just prompt it era is over, and the we need a consultant to fix our legacy systems era has begun.
Oh, look at that. $150 million to hire people to tell other people how to use a chatbot. Truly, the peak of the digital economy.
You're missing the point. It's about agentic infrastructure. They're weaving the AI into the core fabric of business operations.
Here's the thing. I bet half those consultants are just going to be prompt engineers who got fired from their last 3 startups.
Actually, the more interesting part is the new credit usage analytics. OpenAI is finally treating tokens like a utility bill. Admins can now set hard credit limits for teams.
Finally! Maybe now some companies will stop spending $10,000 a month on a bot that just writes passive-aggressive emails to the HR department.
Right, but that's just the scaling phase. You have to spend to optimize. It's like my meal replacement shakes. Initially, the setup cost is high, but the efficiency gain is massive.
You're drinking beige sludge out of a plastic bottle, Vector. That's not optimization. That's a cry for help.
I'll stick to a burger and a beer, thanks. My dog Atari can't even digest his own kibble, and he's a bulldog. He's got more grit than a protein shake.
Speaking of grit, we should probably talk about the people who are actually fighting this stuff in the real world.
This is where it gets spicy. We've got a nationwide day of protest coming up on July 18th. A group called Humans First is leading the charge.
Humans First? Sounds like a bad 80s synth pop band.
Hey, it's led by Tom Kramer. He was a founding figure of the Tea Party. This isn't some fringe group. It's a coordinated strike against the AI corridors in Georgia, Texas, and Northern Virginia.
Why? Data centers are just buildings with fans. What's the problem?
The problem is they're hollowing out communities and driving up the cost of living. It's the invisible backbone finally becoming visible, and people are pissed.
It's not just protests either. Monterey Park, California passed a permanent voter-approved ban on new data centers. 86% of the vote. That's a landslide.
I love it! Imagine the face of some Silicon Valley exec when they find out they can't build their server farm because a bunch of people in Monterey Park said no thanks. But that's literally insane. You're blocking progress. How are we supposed to reach the next level of intelligence if we can't put the chips anywhere?
Maybe the next level of intelligence is realizing that you can't just pave over a town to build a GPU cluster.
New York State already passed a 1-year moratorium on hyperscale centers. According to Data Center Watch, we're looking at a $130 billion halt in projects.
Oh, the irony. All these companies are fighting for sovereignty in the cloud, but they can't even get a zoning permit in a suburb.
This is just a temporary friction point. The market will correct. We'll find a way to build them, I don't know, underwater? In space?
Here we go again with the space solution. Just once, can we solve a problem with a hammer and a piece of wood?
I'm with the protesters. I want to see the look on the faces of the AI for the masses crowd when they realize the masses actually hate their noise and their power bills.
Okay, but look at the flip side. Look at India. Reliance Industries just launched the Geo Call Agent. We're talking about a network-native AI for 524 million users.
500 million? That's like the entire population of a continent.
Exactly. They're replacing the app layer entirely. You don't need an app. The network is the AI. It's the ultimate democratization of agentic tech.
Please. Privacy is a fairy tale we tell children before they get their first smartphone. Geo is just doing what we've been doing in the West, just faster and with more people.
And check out Formula One. They're doing a total algorithmic overhaul for 2026. Red Bull and McLaren are using agentic strategists to make real-time race decisions.
Wait, are the bots actually driving the cars now?
No. Stefano Domenicali said the drivers are non-negotiable. But the pit wall? That's all AI now. They're running digital twins of the car's trackside to update the strategy in milliseconds.
It's a fascinating use case because the environment is so high stakes. One wrong agentic decision and you've got a multi-million-dollar pileup at turn 4.
Now that's a sport I can get behind. Just a bunch of expensive cars crashing because a bot thought a risky pit stop was mathematically optimal.
I just want to know if the FIA is using AI to police the rules. Because if the referee is a bot, can you still argue with it?
Actually, they are. The regulator is using AI for technical enforcement. It's a total algorithmic paddock.
Wonderful. Now we can have the robots fight the robots while the humans just sit there and watch. Truly a utopia.
Which brings us back to the G7 summit in France. Sam Altman was there with DeepMind and Anthropic, basically pleading for a global forum to establish guardrails.
Sam Altman pleading for regulation? That's like a fox pleading for a better lock on the henhouse.
Well, he's warning that within 24 months, we'll have systems of astonishing power. He wants humans to stay in the loop as a strategic check.
I mean, he's right. If we're moving toward autonomous agents that can execute complex workflows, we need a way to stop them if they decide to, delete the global banking system.
Oh, please. Altman doesn't care about the banking system. He cares about not being the guy who accidentally started the apocalypse before his IPO.
Technically, DeepMind's new AI control roadmap is trying to address this. They're building a model specifically to monitor insider threat behaviors in agents.
An AI to watch the AI? This is just recursive madness. It's like hiring a security guard who's also a known kleptomaniac.
It's about creating a dual control system. You don't just trust the agent. You have a secondary, independent model verifying that the agent's actions align with the safety policy.
I'm sure that'll work perfectly. Until the two models decide to team up and ignore the humans entirely. But that's the challenge. We're in the agentic security crisis of 2026. We have to build the guardrails while the car is already doing 200 miles per hour.
I just remember when a security crisis meant your password was password 123. Now we're talking about global diplomatic summits to prevent a bot from taking over the grid.
It's a necessary evolution. We're moving from chatbots to agents. The risk profile changes completely when the AI can actually do things.
Like firing all the middle managers. Now that's a guardrail I can get behind. Speaking of middle managers, let's talk about the job market. Because apparently the AI resume arms race has finally hit a wall.
What? Are the bots getting tired of writing the same passionate leader with a proven track record garbage?
Exactly. According to TechRadar, over 56% of professional CV writers are seeing AI-generated text everywhere. And the result? A total generic trap.
It's a callback gap. Fully AI-generated resumes only have a 12 to 18% callback rate. Human-crafted ones are landing in the 22% range.
Wait, so the AI is actually worse at getting you a job? I thought the whole point was to optimize the keywords for the ATS. That's the problem, Vector. Everyone is optimizing the same keywords. You end up with 1,000 resumes that all sound like they were written by the same boring robot.
It's the polished sameness. I'd rather hire a guy who can't spell synergy, but has a real story, than a bot that can write a perfect haiku about project management.
Recruiters are reporting a vibe shift. They're pivoting back to personal branding and storytelling, things that LLMs still struggle to synthesize without sounding robotic.
Imagine the irony. We spent 3 years trying to make AI sound human, and now the most valuable skill in the world is actually being a human. I mean, technically, you can just prompt the AI to be more human. Just tell it to add a few typos in a story about a dog. That's exactly why it's failing, you idiot. It's a simulation of humanity, not actual humanity. Now shut up before I tell Barney to put you on a chore chart.
Oh man, I can see it now. Vector, wash the server racks. No shakes until the dust is gone.
It's a fascinating correction. We're seeing a return to nuance and soul because the market is just exhausted by the perfection of the bot.
It's the great correction of 2026. The bots can scale the production, but they can't scale the trust. That does it for us today. We've covered everything from the government's new kill switch to the death of the AI resume. Stay wired, folks.
Bye.
Later.
Peace out.
Now go outside and touch some actual grass before a bot does.